1970s New York City. Man walks into a bar, orders a drink, and then he's drinking. He is approached by an attractive young lady who makes a play for him. And at the same time, when he's not looking, she drops a white powder into his drink. He drinks up and wakes up disheveled in a park with his wallet, everything else from his pocket having been taken. What happened here? Well, a toxic substance was placed into the drink by the young lady. The gentleman ended up in Bellevue Hospital. Luckily, a little bit of liquid was left in the glass from which he had drank. And this was analyzed by Dr. Louis Goldfrank at Bellevue Hospital and discovered that it was scopolamine. What is scopolamine? It's a chemical that is found to occur naturally in a plant. This is Jamestown weed, also known as Jimson weed. Why? Because in the 1600s, British soldiers who tried to quell a rebellion of American colonists in Jamestown, Virginia, made a salad for themselves from plants that grew in the area. Unknowingly, they picked some datura, that's this, Jamestown weed, and ended up in a stupor and having hallucinations because the chemicals in here, scopolamine and atropine, block the action of a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine, and that can cause all kinds of havoc. Well, the gentleman luckily recovered, except for the memory. He didn't remember anything about what had happened. Well, this is not only a story of a bygone era. It happens frequently in Colombia, in South America. In fact, in Bogota, roughly 50,000 crimes are reported every year involving what they there call devil's breath, which is scopolamine. And there's a story there that ladies will blow scopolamine into the face of a victim just off of their palm and that they immediately pass out. That's not true. There are a lot of myths about this. But certainly it's true that when it's put into their drink, they will become extremely disturbed mentally. They will follow whatever instructions they are given, including go to the bank and take out your money. Really quite amazing. There's another side to scopolamine, and goes back to the 1920s, when a physician, an obstetrician, was giving scopolamine as a sedative to women while they were giving birth. And he found that they became very talkative and blurted out information that, to his surprise, they would otherwise never have talked about. And he thought that this meant that scopolamine was a, quote, truth serum, that if given to a person, they would become extremely open about their thoughts and they would not have enough energy to lie. And indeed, during the Second World War, both the Allies and the Germans experimented with scopolamine as a truth serum. If you want to learn a bit more about that, I would urge you to go and watch a great movie, The Guns of Navarone. Navarone was a fictional island in the Aegean Sea, and the guns there were fictional as well. And the story is all about some British commandos wanting to destroy these giant cannons that were targeting Allied ships. One of them is captured and is subjected to an interrogation by the Germans, and they use truth serum, and you can watch the movie and see all of the consequences of what happens when you ingest scopolamine. So there is our chemical story for today. Be careful when you go into a bar in Bogota, Colombia, especially if you are a businessman flashing some money and if you're approached by a pretty young lady.